and your story is quite similar to mine. So, it was the same situation. I started out in retail. I was working, I think, pretty much 4 days a week and going to university 2 days a week, and just so I could pay off my courses. And I can tell you, it's not cheap when you're studying in Europe or North America as a foreign student. It is a tidy sum of money. So, and I felt then that I was always working 7 days a week. So no, I can totally understand where you're coming from, and that drive to push you towards making sure that you're successful with your degree. I think for me, it was the one thing I had to get this degree because I knew I'd have established something at that age. But so you eventually moved back to the UAE. What drew you back to the UAE, and when you came back to the UAE, what was that like for you?
In 2015, I got married, and my husband was working far, so I was staying home, and I wasn't used to just staying home and doing nothing. I've always been so busy going to school, working, having a social life. I'm like, I can't sit here and not make money. It was driving me crazy. So I was applying for jobs online, and at this point, I'm like, I finished my degree, I'm gonna get a career now. But the people who were coming back to me, they were like, okay, this is how much we're gonna pay you. And I was like, I'm not settling for that. I worked 12 years of my life, and I have so much experience. I'm not gonna go down, So I'm like, no. I was declining job offers, and and I was pregnant at the time. So I knew that maybe going to work in an office or something, it wasn't for me.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So that's when my second entrepreneurial journey started.